I know.
Excuse me, I have something that's been concerning me a lot for a while. I just want to share it with all of you. As you guys all know, part of the human experience is the idea that we are completely alone in our own minds. Nobody can really get inside of our heads and see what we're thinking, see what we're feeling. And this leads to feelings of extreme isolation, and we reach out for other human beings, and we want to try to connect with them. And the only way that we can do that, well, the best way, the most precise way that we can do that is through language. We're able to articulate and specify what we're feeling and what we're thinking. Now, this means that language is fundamentally a shared resource. We have to take care of it together because the words that I use to ascribe, the meanings I use to ascribe to the words that I use need to be the same meanings that you use to ascribe to the words as you're hearing it. And something that's been concerning me for a while is that popular culture, many people in your generation have recently been misusing a particular word, and I think it's depriving me of my ability to express myself. The word literally means without exaggeration, without figurative interpretation, without any kind of without exaggeration, as it's written in the dictionary. And yet it's being used in its exact opposite meaning. It's being used in its exact opposite intended way. And by doing this, it means when I use the word literally, it is being misinterpreted by others, and therefore you, or the popular culture, are depriving me of my ability to express myself. This is a First Amendment violation, ladies and gentlemen. I want to paint a picture for you. I want you to imagine that I'm up at my desk, and a young lad, we'll say his name is Brandon, comes to me and says, Mr. Hazard, what's up with Mr. Weiss? And I don't really pay attention. I say, oh, that guy's out to lunch. And my meaning is that he's down at Fat Burger with Mr. Satterthwaite, gossiping about Mr. Phil. And young Brandon doesn't understand this because he has a different interpretation of the word literally. And he says, Mr. Hazard, you shouldn't say that kind of thing about your friend and colleague. And I realize there's been a misinterpretation, so I look at him in the eye, I put on my best serious teacher face, and I want to make sure that there's no misunderstanding. I say, Brandon, Mr. Weiss is literally out to lunch. Brandon thinks, oh my God, I have a crazy person teaching my classes. He goes around and tells the school, there's a lunatic, he's a little off kilter. Next thing you know, the entire Harvard Westlake community is up in arms and says, how dare you hire this bloodthirsty axe murderer to teach our advanced math classes? And he's committed to the insane asylum from the second season of American Horror Story. These are the consequences of misusing the word literally. The stakes could not be higher. And I know it sounds like I am losing my mind, but I'm not literally losing my mind. It's right here. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Literally.